Let the Rules Committee for Tuesday, August 7th, come to order at 2 o'clock. Start right over there with you, Mr. Jordan, and introduce yourself and go around.
Jordan Ellsbury, Administration.
Colleen Hampsey, Council Research.
Heather Reber, Council Auditor's Office.
Al Ferrero, District 2.
Joyce Morgan, District 1.
Scott Wilson, District 4.
Doyle Carter, District 12.
Reginald Brown, District 10.
Sam Newby, Group 5.
Tom Uzuri, Visitor, Group 3 at large.
And Margaret.
Sorry, Peggy Sidman, Office of General Counsel.
All right, thank you very much. If you'll turn to page 4, number 10, 2017-462, Ms. Reedy. Motion and a second. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good. Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Nancy Reedy, and I'm one of the seniors. I have been in Jacksonville about 12 years. I came from Atlanta, Georgia, and I retired from Bell South there, and I'm very active with the Pioneers, who are the retirees from the phone company, and become involved with Council on Elder Affairs and hope I can help the seniors do better.
Anybody have anything on it? We appreciate you serving. This is a great council here that we need. We appreciate that. Anybody got anything? For
Just wanted to thank you for everything you've already done. So thank you.
I'm enjoying it.
Go ahead, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
I ain't never seen you be quick, though.
Yeah, I know, through Ms. Reedy. As Jacksonville is growing, and I'm not sure whether or not this is a part of this particular committee's conversation right now, but one of the asks that I have is that as we look at the west side of Jacksonville, Chaffee Road area, if we can take under consideration the number of seniors that's living in that area, and whether or not we need a facility, a senior facility in that area. If you can carry that message for me. I know that we have one on Beaver, and what street is that, Doyle Carter, Mr. Chairman? What street is that out there? The Senior Center, out Beaver, all the way out. We have a small facility.
Baldwin or Jackson?
It's in Jackson. No, it's not Cleansdale. Wayne Lyle. Well, it's not Wayne Wiley. But anyway,
There's one in Maxville.
This one on Jackson Street.
this is on Jackson Street off Beaver, but it's very
Actually, I know it.
small.
Here's my name.
And I just know that it's time, and I don't know whether or not that's been a subject area for this particular committee. But if you can carry that, I do think that we need to look at how Jacksonville is developing and make areas for seniors a little more accessible.
Yes, sir, I agree, and I will be glad to take that back.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I don't have anybody else. I have a motion. That's it. Leroy Clemens. Oh, I couldn't think of it for nothing. I just went out there this morning. All right. Open the ballot.
Six yeas, 0 nays.
Body action approved 2017-462. Now if you go back up to 2017-460. Okay. Motion and a second. Mr. Roberts. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Wrong person? Mr. Roberts is over there. Yeah, you're next.
I'm sorry, you said 460.
No, no, right. 460, Mr. Roberts.
Thought for a moment there were two Robertses. My name is John Roberts. I live at 3947 Meadowview Drive, Jacksonville, Florida, 3232.
Okay. Yes, in order there, Mr. Scott. We moved it yet? Second it? Okay. Tells. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Mr. Ferraro, Ms. Morgan.
I didn't know if you were going to have him say something first, and then I was going to just follow up behind that. But I know Mr. Roberts is very active over in our dog park, and over at that Austin Park, and I just wanted to thank him for everything that he's done, and I just appreciate all his work he's been doing.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it.
Ms. Morgan?
Well, Mr. Roberts, I don't know how much the committee knows about you, so if you just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I'll ask you a quick question.
Okay, well, I've been a railroader all my life. I spent 9 years in the operating department as a telegraph operator and an agent. I got into labor relations with the Illinois Central, and I handled a lot of arbitration cases and negotiating. And I went to Washington, D.C. with the National Railway Labor Conference, where I was Director of Economic Research. And I was with CSX as AVP of Labor Economics. And I've been fairly active in my community. I've been president of our Homeowners Association for many years, member of the Greater Arlington Civic Council, and the CPAC, and a dog park group. And that's about it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Through the chair to Mr. Roberts. Mr. Roberts, of course, we really appreciate everything that you do out in the community. We followed you for a long time, and we just really appreciate your work. As you look at the TRU Commission, needless to say, TRU has certainly gone through a lot in recent months, but your charge and your mission as far as TRU is concerned, what do you think us on council can help you with, and with that charge and mission?
Well, I would hope it'd be the other way around. I was hoping that we could be of assistance to the council. I'd like to see us make some studies that the council would like to have made. For example, how do we stack up with per capita taxes for the rest major states and the rest of the state? What are the sources of revenue that they have that maybe we don't have? I'd like to see some things like this study. And I'd like, moreover, to go a bit further and take a look at some of the cities that we would like to have a similar development and see what their tax situation is and what are their programs. I think we could be of a lot of help to the council.
Well, thank you so much, and we're certainly happy to have you serve on the TRU Commission.
Well, thank
Mr.
you.
Newby?
Yes, through the chair, I just want to make a couple of comments. Met him the other day. We had a great conversation. He's a really smart guy. Have done a lot for the city of Jacksonville. I just want to thank you, and I know you're going to be great for the committee.
Well, thank you, sir.
Don't have anybody else? Okay, we'll open the ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
By your action, you approve 2017-460. You're off and running.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts. Okay, we're on number 9, 2017-461. Now, Mr. Braxton. Tell us a little bit about your name and stuff, and give us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you. Through the chair. My name is Braxton Gillum, anxious today, apparently. I'm a local business litigation attorney. I've worked and lived in Jacksonville for the last 21 years. Married a young lady from Jacksonville, sort of been from here ever since. My partners and I bought a business office building downtown about 11 years ago, so we not only live here, work here, but sort of betting on downtown. Enjoying it.
All right. Anybody have any questions? None? Have we already moved? Okay. All right, open ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
All right. We're going to go back up to the page at number 7. 2017-450. Motion and a second on the amendment. Anybody have any questions on the amendment? None? Everybody in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. Thank you very much. A motion and a second. Mr. Azuri.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. This bill, and I have Aaron, if you could come down. Wolfson from the State Attorney's Office, just for a brief statement, if you don't mind. This bill just extends what we all passed unanimously last year on human trafficking, when we included transportation facilities, massage parlors, and strip bars. This will now add hotels and motels, which is probably the prime source, among the prime sources of human trafficking, and it'll continue to be treated and implemented the same way that this original bill was, or the original bill was. We did have, that y'all amended, I just want to add, the restaurants and food services included, but upon looking at the state statutes, we'd be dealing with too many different operations, food trucks, et cetera, and we didn't want to do that, so we're going to go back and revisit that. But Aaron, and this is Aaron Wolfson, Assistant State Attorney, and also now part of the U.S. Attorney's Office, whatever your title is.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I am Erin Wolfson from the State Attorney's Office, and I've been assigned to the human trafficking role in our office as part of the Human Rights Division that Melissa Nelson created when she took office. And as Councilman has already stated, I am also now cross-sworn as a Special Assistant U.S. Attorney, so that I have the ability to prosecute cases both state as well as federal. And as Councilman has already stated, amending this, or not amending this, but approving this bill to include hotels and motels. Very important. That is where a lot of our cases actually are coming from at this point in time, from the hotels.
Wilson.
I just wanted you to ask if you could explain what was said yesterday in the NCIS committee, and that is that we're focused on the employees who see the folks are staying in the rooms. Since we voted on that yesterday, I've seen a couple comments where people are concerned about us putting signs all over hotels, but we're focused on the employees. If you could just reassure me of that, that'd be great.
And yes, of course, and my understanding is that these signs would be geared towards the employees. Oftentimes in these hotels, a lot of the rooms have high volumes of traffic, foot traffic coming in and out of the room. So it is something that if employees of the hotel do, of course, observe that they would then have the number at their disposal of who to call and who to report.
Thank you, through the chair. I wanted to express, I heard you speak over at one of the Sheriff's Watch meetings, and you were talking about human trafficking to the residents out there, and I wanted to thank you because you brought on a lot of light to things that people just weren't even thinking about. So thanks for coming out as well today.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for everything that your office is doing.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Mr. Chairman, thank you. I just want to add, Erin and her staff, Mac Hevner, who Melissa Nelson, our new state attorney, has added 10 different divisions, and one of them is human trafficking and crimes against the elderly. They have done an exceptional job with the JSO and us, and we're trying to do everything that we can from a local standpoint to complement what they're doing. As a matter of fact, I was showing you earlier, Homeland Security, which they're very involved with, just raided a place on the northwest side of Jacksonville today where human trafficking was taking place. The one big area that we haven't been able to put our arms around, because we don't have a lot of migrant workers here, are the domestic workers and the migrant workers who come in here illegally or legally and are used as for trafficking, whether it's slave trafficking or sex. And so we're working hand in hand, and I am so proud. Y'all may recall that Aaron's father was the mayor at Jacksonville, Atlantic Beach, Donnie Wilson, and part of the Wilson family, but she's an outstanding attorney, and I couldn't be prouder of what the state attorney's office is doing today. And thank you all for coming today, and I urge all of y'all, if y'all want to co-sponsor, to feel comfortable in doing that. Thank you.
Mr. Wilson, Ms. Morgan.
Could you add me as a co-sponsor?
And add me as well, sir.
Anybody else? Mr. Farrar, you up for, all right, do his committee? All right, second is Mr. Newby, and all in favor say aye. Okay. All of us on the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Thank you so much. And you can open the ballot too.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
By your action, you approve 2017-450. Thank you, Mr. Zuri. Now, drop down the page to number 11, 2017-464. Reappointment, and she's 84%. I don't have nobody on the queue. Open the ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
By action approved 2017-464. 2017-465. Have a motion and a second on the amendment. Any questions on the amendment? Everybody in favor of the amendment say aye. Opposed? None. Motion to move the bill as amended in a second. Having questions? Yes, sir. Tell us something about yourself.
Richard Naylor, I'm at 12264 Bucks Harbor Drive North. That's in 32225. Atlantic and Kernan, has no official name. Been here since 2009. Moved here because I was headhunted by the Jacksonville Symphony to be the general manager, then promoted to vice president of operations for the organization before I left. I now currently work for a nonprofit called Year Up. We work with 18 and 24-year-olds who are disconnected from opportunity. We move them from low income or no income into a full-time career entry-level job. And I'm very, very happy to be nominated and recommended by Tony and Amy to serve on this council. I believe highly in the fact that city government invests in the art to make our city better.
Okay. Any questions? Mr. Brown?
Yes, as I travel to other places, in fact, I just recently left Chicago and had a chance to notice art in various areas of the city. And I kind of compared, if you will, Jacksonville to Chicago, Miami. And we appear to be behind the curve in terms of actual art. With your involvement with this council, what's your vision for Jacksonville as it pertains to art?
Well, I kind of agree with what Mayor Curry did when he said when he ran, we can't be a suburb of nowhere. I think we have to build upon our downtown movement. I think the murals that Art in Public Places just ran through was a huge, huge leap forward. I also think that as Arts in Public Places moves forward, we're going to expand our art outside of the downtown core. I agree that the west side could use some public art. I also think the north and the south side could use some public art. I think that starts at the parks, finding the right area at the parks to put some public art spaces, and then from there, I hope it branches out to the community from there. But I agree. I think that we as a community do need to have more art visually in areas besides downtown.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Morgan.
Thank you so much to the chair and Mr. Naylor. Thank you so much for your service, and thank you for wanting to come on board and make a difference. I appreciate it, my time talking with you, and I look forward to you serving on this board and bringing your vision and bringing your knowledge
Thank you so much. Appreciate
to
that.
this. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't have anybody else on the queue. So open the ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you so much.
By action approved 2017-465. Thank you. All right, now we're on 2017-466. Okay, a motion on the amendment and second. All in favor say aye. All right, motion is second. Mr. Gonzalez.
Good afternoon. I currently am employed by the University of North Florida, where I serve as Vice President for Student and International Affairs there. I've lived in Jacksonville, more precisely in Atlantic Beach, for 17 years. I'm married, have two, I was going to say children, but they've already finished college. So 2 adults that are employed, which is great. And I'd love to serve on this particular committee. As you can see, probably from my credentials, that my background in education is in the arts.
Hey, Mr. Newby.
Yes, through the chair. I just a couple of comments. First of all, thank you for your willing to serve. We met the other day. We had a great conversation. I really appreciate appreciate your passion for the arts, and I know you're going to be great on this committee. So thank you for serving the city of Jacksonville.
Thank you very much.
Anybody else? Okay. We appreciate you serving.
Thank you.
Open the ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
By action approved. 2017-466. Thank you, sir. 2017-467. Motion and a second. Everybody in favor of the amendment say aye. A motion and a second. Good morning. How you doing?
Doing well. Good afternoon. My name's Truett Moreland. I live on the north side of town in Ocean Way. Currently a middle school principal, Young Men's Leadership Academy, formerly known as Eugene Butler. I've had the pleasure of being there for 3 years, now going on 4 years. We've done some amazing work there, transitioning the school from being an F to 7 points from a B this year. I have a passion for the arts. I have a strong belief that the arts can be the great equalizer in schools. I've noticed a transition from arts being across the board offered in schools to being isolated in magnet programs. So serving on this committee will afford me the opportunity to learn more about what's going on in those organizations and also make sure we can spread that wealth in the schools and to our kids.
Mr. Newby.
Yes, through the chair. I just want to say I met with him the other day, a great young man, and really turned that school around. Formerly Eugene Butler, the school is just totally different. I just want to commend you for doing that. Commend you for all the great things you do in the city of Jacksonville, and just keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Mr. Ferraro.
I wanted to echo what Councilman Newby said. I've had the opportunity to see you interact with the children, and I've watched what you have been doing for quite a while, and I commend you for your hard work and appreciate you putting forth the effort to come to this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Don't have anybody else? We sure appreciate you taking this on. I think you're in a good spot to do some good stuff. I don't have nobody else. Open the ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
By action approved 2017-467. 2017-468. A motion and a second. All in favor say aye. That motion, move the bills amended, and a second, Mr. Rubin. There you are.
Good day, all. Ben Rubin. I live at 126 South First Street in Jacksonville Beach, 32250. I came to Jacksonville 30 years ago, 1987. I've enjoyed the city, seeing its growth in so many different ways. I've been employed with Medtronic as a mechanical engineer. Company manufactures, designs surgical products, which might seem distant from the cultural arts. But for me, the cultural side of the city and of other cities is essentially the spine of its growth. As I've met some of the different organizations in the city, I look forward to supporting them as they lead the city forward.
Anybody questions? Open the ballot. Getting off easy.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
By action approved 2017-468, and we appreciate you serving. 2017-469. Have a motion on amendment in a second. Any questions? Don't see any. Everybody say aye. A motion to move the bills amended in a second. Mr. Watson. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Frank Watson. I live at 14402 Marina San Pablo Place, Jacksonville 32224. Been living in this community for over 25 years. I've been actively involved in the arts and culture world. This is my second year to be nominated. Last year I was served on this committee, and I found it to be very exciting and educational when I learned firsthand how much great work is going on in this city that's improving the quality of life of the citizens of this community. And I want to say thank you to the city council and the mayor for continuing to support these organizations through this grant process.
Okay. Have anybody on the queue? Open ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
By action approved, 2017-469. Thank you for serving, sir. 2017-470. Have a motion and a second on the amendment. Everybody in favor say aye. A motion and a second on the bill as amended. Ms. Richardson.
Good afternoon. I'm Sandra Hull Richardson, 2054 Riverside Avenue, 32204. And thank you for having me this afternoon. I have lived in Jacksonville my entire life. I am a retired city employee, retiring about 5 years ago with 30 years of service. My last position was Chief of Senior Service. I've been involved with the Cultural Council for a number of years, actually dating back to when it was the Arts Assembly. I served as a board intern. I've served on the Art and Public Places Committee, as well on the Cultural Services Grant Awards Committee. I look forward to serving on the Grants Committee because I have an opportunity to bring my experience public service grants to this body.
Great. Ms. Morgan.
Thank you so much, through the chair. I just want to say welcome and thank you so much for your service. We're glad to have someone of your caliber on the Grants Committee. Thank you.
Anybody else? Open the ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
By action is approved, 2017-470. Thank you, ma'am, for serving. Number 18, 27-471. We might ought to defer that thing and think about that. The queue's full, but I'm not going to take them because I don't want to hear what they got to say. All right, ain't nobody on the queue. Better do it in a hurry. Open the ballot. Wait a minute, there's scribblers there. We're going to send it back to committee. They want to open.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
With some reluctance, 2017-471. Then passed. All right, we're on 2017-473. A motion and a second. We can't talk about it because he ain't here. Open the ballot.
Six yeas, 0 nays.
By action, you approved 2017-473. I think that's our appointments. Oh, we got one on 2017, page 8, number 35. 32? 32, I missed, okay, 32, let's do 32. 2017-541. Okay, Mr. Burnett. Have a motion and a second.
Through the chair, Jason Burnett. I live at 1825 Willow Branch Terrace, 32205. I'm a graduate of the University of North Florida. I currently serve on this foundation, and I'm here for the Duval County Research and Development Authority, which owns a piece of property that ultimately will benefit the University of North Florida.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? Nobody has a question? Open the ballot. Got off easy.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
Body action approved. 2017-541. Thank you for your service. Go down to 2017-544. Motion and a second. You have to help me on now. Okay. Open the ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
Body action approved. 2017-544. Thank you for your service. All right. That's Okay, go back to, anybody? Okay, I'm sorry. Number 41, 2017, 550. Thank you, Ms. Morgan. Have a motion and a second. Mr. Taylor.
Mr. Chairman, my name is R. Bruce Taylor. I reside at 8343 Holly Ridge Road in Southside 32256. I'm here today for consideration of appointment to the Research and Development Authority. As one of the previous gentlemen here just noted, it concerns, the main concern for the Development Authority right now is a parcel of land being held in trust adjacent to the University of North Florida, and we will decide on that as we deliberate moving forward.
Okay. Mr. Fry.
Yes, I just wanted to thank Mr. Taylor for everything he's doing. Your resume is quite impressive. I would hate to try to follow that one. And I see you were with the Naval Academy, and you've gotten your PhD in the civil coastal engineering and things like that. And I was just kind of, the more I read about you, I was kind of tired that night. And as I was reading, I just kind of got more interested and more interested. So I just wanted to thank you for volunteering for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, nobody else? Open the ballot.
Six yeas, 0 nays.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. All right, now if you move back to page 2, 534 will be deferred, 20 will be deferred, 348 will be deferred. We done 411. Did we do it 411? No, okay. I was trying to get them through in a hurry. I have a motion and a second. Any questions? All right, we're going to explain this bill for us.
Chair Joey Grivey with the Treasury, and through the chair to Councilman Wilson, the committee. 2017-411 seeks to reimburse the city for project spending on already approved and authorized projects in prior years by the council. So after council authorizes approved projects, departments, divisions go out and do them. And as they spend, the Treasury tracks the spending on the projects and then seeks to reimburse the project accounts for spending that's occurred. So we come in after the fact, in a rearview mirror, and just make sure that all of the project accounts are sufficiently funded by the end of the year when we close our finance. So that there's no holes.
Okay. Questions? None? That must doing a good job there. All right. We do have a motion in a second, so open the ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
By action approved 2017-411. 2017-433 will be deferred. 2017-449. Have a motion and a second. Any questions? Mr. Farrar.
Yes. Can we just get an explanation of what this is? I'm pretty sure I understand it, but I just wanted to make sure.
Good afternoon, Cheryl Brown, Director, Council Secretary. 2017-449 is being requested to be adopted to do a adoption of 1997. A bill was passed by the council at that time, which was not codified in error. We found this during our review of some of the legislation when we were going through our code and researching a topic. We took that finding before the Personnel Committee and requested that we move forward in making the correction and the adoption of this portion of the code, and also to go in and bring into section 129.112 so that we know that when we're speaking on one issue of salaries and appointments that they flow. They're not what should I say, they're not, you'll find it in one section of the code, but when you do a research, you'll have to have been here historically to have known that the other portion is there. So what we're just basically asking that council ECAs and they're being a part of the appointed payment plan, which they have been since the council changed this back in 1999, that this comes into the portion of our code, be codified, and be a part of our code adjustment as it currently stands.
That's
It's not asking for anything special that we're already doing.
Yes, that's what I just wanted to make sure it was on record like that. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, open the ballot.
6 yeas, 0 nays.
By action approved, 2017-449. Everything on page 4 is done. Page 5 done. We're on page 6. 2017-520 be seconded. 2017-526. Have a motion and a second to move the bill. Any questions? None. Open the ballot.
Six yeas, 0 nays.
Ms. Morgan, you want to add your name? I knew you probably did. Add Miss Morgan's name to that. And that would be me. I'd be 41 more years. Sounds good there. Okay, by action you approved 2017-526. Okay, 2017-527. A motion and a second. Ms. Morgan?
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Please add my name as well to 527.
Mr. Ferraro?
Yes, through the chair, I would like to have my name added to that as well.
And Mr. Brown?
Please add my name to the list.
Mr. Wilson?
I'd also like to be a co-sponsor.
Okay, did we vote on it yet? Open ballot then. Ain't there very much.
Six yeas, 0 nays.
By action approved 2017-527. 2017-530 will be seconded. 531 will be seconded. 532 will be seconded. 533 will be seconded. 335 will be second. 536 will be seconded. 538 will be seconded. 539 will be seconded. 540. Where's that? Miss Morgan. 540 will be seconded. 542 will be seconded. 543 will be seconded. 544 will be 545 will be seconded. 546 will be seconded. 47, 48, 49, and brings us down to number 42, 2017-551. A motion and a second on emergency. Any questions? None. Everybody in favor of emergency say aye. Amendment too on. That was amendment and a second. Everybody in favor of the amendment say aye. Okay. Our motion to move the bill as emergency as amended and seconded. Anybody? Mr. Wilson.
Ms. Hodges? So I guess maybe you could just give a brief description of this bill. I know we got a couple council members talked about it at the last council meeting, but I just want to make sure it only discusses the right-of-ways and doesn't discuss anything else. Doesn't include anything else besides the right-of-ways.
Through the chair to Councilmember Wilson, it only applies to the right-of-ways and small wireless facilities. As you may recall from the discussion yesterday, we recently had a state statute that was enacted effective as of July 1. And so we are asking that the council consider this moratorium to really give us enough time to get our current existing laws in conformity with the state statute.
But you're correct, it only applies to the right-of-way and the placement of small wireless facilities in our right-of-way.
Anybody else? Open the ballot.
Six yeas, 0 nays.
Body action approved 2017-551 as an emergency. And does anybody have anything else? Nothing else. We're adjourned. Good job, guys. Only as good as my